Economic systems is the topic for discussion now. An economic system refers to a set of arrangements by which societies make use of resources in the production of goods and services to satisfy needs and wants of the society. Economic systems are divided into three types. Number one is free market economy, and it is also known as market economy, price mechanism, market mechanism, or capitalistic economy. And the second one is planned economy. It is also known as command economy, control economy, or central planning. And the third economic system is basically the mixture of both free market and planned economy. And we call that economic system as mixed economy. First of all, we can discuss free market economy. And free market economy is a system in which resources of the country are owned, controlled, and allocated by private individuals and companies. And they decide based on the free forces of demand and supply what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. If we try to find out the example of free market economy in the world, it is really difficult to find real example which is pure free market economy. However, we can consider USA as the best example of, and the other countries which are basically following the free market economic system, they are near to the free market economic system. They include Kenya, India, United Kingdom, and Peru. These are basically the countries which are nearest to the free market economic system. And planned economy is the one which is basically in which resources of the country are owned, controlled, and utilized by the government, and government decides what, how, and for whom to produce. And again, it is really difficult to find example of pure planned economy in the world. However, the best examples we can find include China, North Korea, Cuba, and Iran. They are nearest to the planned economic system because most of the resources are under government and most of the decisions are taken by the government. Now we can discuss advantages and disadvantages of both type of economic systems. And the third one was mixed economy, and mixed economy is basically the mixture of planned and free market economy. And most of countries in the world today are following mixed economic system because some of the resources are owned and controlled by the government and some of the resources are owned and controlled by private individuals and companies. Now we can discuss the advantages and disadvantages of each economic system one by one. The first advantage is quick response. In free market economic system, private individuals and companies respond their customers very quickly. Whenever they contact the company to satisfy their need or want, companies respond them very quickly. Free market economic system, because private firms are producing goods and services, and there can be millions of firms producing similar type of goods. So whenever there are so many firms, they produce multiple type of goods. Even if we want to purchase a certain product, we can find its alternatives or substitutes easily in the market because many other firms would also be producing the same type of good. For example, if we want to purchase a laptop, then we can find in the market many manufacturers of laptops which are selling similar kind of laptops with minor changes in their features and pricing policies. And the next advantage is profit motive. In free market economy, every individual firm and every individual worker has profit motive. Those who work really very hard, they earn high profits. And those who are lazy and lethargic, they generally earn less profit or they may face loss. So whenever there is incentive of profit motive, everyone tries to work really very hard. Then the next advantage is competition, and competition brings many benefits for the consumers. If there are so many sellers of similar kind of goods, they will advertise their products on newspapers, electronic media, and social media as well, viral media as well. So it creates awareness among the general public about availability of products, its features, and pricing policies. It is a source of information for the consumers. So consumers benefit in two ways. First is they are well aware about the availability of product, its prices, and quality of the product. Secondly, whenever there is competition, firms will try to capture maximum number of customers by reducing their prices. So consumers generally also benefit from lower prices as well. The next advantages is greater quality. Private firms, since they are facing competition in the market, so they try to produce goods with perfection, with refined touch. So the final quality and final touch of the product is really very fantastic, and consumers enjoy the quality of goods and services. If there is fall in quality of any of the seller, then definitely he may have to lose a lot of customers. Whenever individual workers feel that if they work hard, they are rewarded better, so they will really work hard, and they professionally grow. They can produce better quality products, they can produce quickly, and they can basically excel in their field, and they can grow. And in the same way, if firms are getting profits, they also excel and they grow, and they try to find specialist workers who are really very efficient and they try to erect machinery and technology which is cost effective. And now coming to the disadvantages of free market economy, because it has some negative effects as well. The first one is advertisement. On one hand, we have discussed that advertisement creates awareness among the general public, but on the other hand, it is disadvantageous because it leads to wastage of resources, those resources which can be used to produce better quality goods and services. If they are wasted on advertisement, then definitely it is a source of market failure as well. And the next disadvantage is lack of welfare. In free market economic systems, private individuals and companies don't bother about the welfare of society. They focus on their own profit. In advantages, we have discussed the profit motive. So their motive is to earn highest profit, so they focus on their profits and they ignore welfare of the society, so they don't undergo any kind of production of goods and services which benefits the consumers without paying for these goods and services. The next disadvantage is negative externalities. Negative externalities basically means the production of demerit goods. These goods are not only harmful for the consumers, rather they are also harmful for the passive consumers, for the society as well. Like production of cigarette may be profitable, again may be profitable for the business, but it harms the society, it harms the health of consumers. So because it is profitable, private firms will keep producing it, and they will ignore the society, the impact of cigarettes on society. So they produce demerit goods. We technically call these goods which are harmful not only for the consumers but also for the society and the third party. Such goods are technically known as demerit goods. And the next is disparities. There is huge income disparity between the rich and poor in free market economic system. Rich are richer and poor are basically poorer. Industrialists get highest profit, and the poor worker class gets very low income. So the gap between rich and poor, income gap between rich and poor continuously increases. There is lack of security, job security. In private sector, workers don't have job security. In many cases, even very efficient worker may be made redundant and maybe expelled from the job, may be fired from the job because of any kind of conflict between the owner of the business, the principal of the business, and the worker. There is job insecurity in free market economic system. Now coming to the planned economy. Planned economy is also known as command economy, controlled and central planning. And it has many advantages and disadvantages as well. We can relate these advantages and disadvantages with free market economy. First of all, in free market economy, we have seen that there is quick response. So this will become disadvantage in planned economy, because in planned economy, the response is really very slow. In free market economy, private individuals and companies respond their customers very quickly. But in planned economy, because everything is procedural, government officials and government staff basically takes time and they follow the procedures, so they respond their customers really very slowly. So wants and needs of the society are not satisfied timely. Second advantage of free market economy was variety, because there were million of firms producing similar kind of goods, so consumers can get better variety of goods and services, wide variety of goods and services. But in planned economy, there is lack of variety of goods and services, because there is only government which is producing goods and services. So everyone have to use the goods produced by by the government, so they don't have variety. And in free market economy, we discussed that there is profit motive, but in planned economy, there is no profit motive and there is lack of profit motive because every worker gets the same salary. Whatever efforts he is putting in, he gets the exactly same salary. So in government sector, generally people are more lazy and lethargic and they don't respond to their customers very quickly. Then is competition, but in planned economy there is no competition, and whenever there is no competition, there will be lack of awareness about availability of goods and services. So it creates lack of awareness. Generally, people don't know what are their rights and duties, and people don't know the availability of goods and services for them whenever there is government control. And another advantage of free market economy was high quality, but in case of planned economy, there is low quality of goods and services because government sector produces just basic necessities of life and they don't produce highly efficient and highly qualitative luxurious goods. Now we can move towards the disadvantages of free market economy and we can compare them with advantages of planned economy. So in free market economy, we discussed that there is basically advertisement. Resources are wasted on advertisement, but in planned economy, there is better use of resources, in a way that they don't waste resources on advertisement. There is lack of social welfare in free market economy, but government works for the social welfare of society. So it produces basic necessities of life and government takes care of the society and it produces those goods which are beneficial for the society. So production of more merit goods is undertaken in planned economy. Next, production of merit goods. In planned economy, government produces more quantity of merit goods. In planned economy, government focuses on production of more merit goods, which are not only beneficial for the consumers but also for the entire society and the third party. And another disadvantage of free market economy was disparities, mean income gap, high income gap between rich and poor. But in government sector, there will be more even distribution of income because people having similar kind of grades have similar pay. Lack of job security was again a disadvantage in free market economy, but in planned economy, people have job security. Once they get job in government sector, they are not made redundant or there are very few chances that they will be made redundant. Now coming to the mixed economy is since the mixture of both free market and planned economy. So it has benefits of both economic systems. In mixed economy, there will be quick response, there will be wide variety of products and services because government as well as private sector would be producing goods and services. Profit motive would be there and there will be competition between government and private sector, so they will advertise their products and they will create awareness among the general public and they will reduce their prices to attract more customers, and quality will also improve and there will be chances of individual growth and firms growth. So overall economy will also grow if there is mixed economic system. Out of these three economic systems, mixed economic system is considered to be better because it can gain benefits of both economic systems.